How does a young girl who stepped into the spotlight at just 9 years old become one of the most influential and wealthiest figures in Philippine entertainment and politics? What choices turned Vilma Santos from a child star into a cultural powerhouse? And more importantly, what hidden strategies did she use behind the scenes to sustain her success for more than 6 decades? These are the questions that reveal a story far bigger than fame. Because Vilma didn't just survive the industry, she mastered it. Her journey is filled with surprising shifts, bold risks, and decisions that most people don't even know about. From blockbuster hits to political power, every chapter of her life added a new piece to the empire she built. And once you look closely, you start to see a pattern in how she grew her wealth, influence, and legacy over time. Before we dive deeper into that story, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our future uploads, especially if you love videos that break down how iconic figures built their success. But to really understand how Vilma Santos built everything she has today, you have to rewind all the way back to where it started, long before the fame, the awards, or the political power. Her story didn't begin with privilege or industry connections. It began with an unexpected opportunity that would change the rest of her life. At just 9 years old, Vilma stepped into the role that would make her a household name, Trudis Liit. Nobody expected a child actress to captivate an entire nation, but Vilma did exactly that. Her performance didn't just win her a Best Child Performer award, it positioned her as a rare talent in an industry where only a handful ever managed to stand out. And when a child star captures the public's attention that early, something important happens. The industry begins to invest in them. This early breakthrough set off a chain reaction. Directors wanted her, studios wanted her. Audiences wanted to see more of her. And every film she joined added not only to her experience, but to her earning power. By the time she transitioned into her teenage years, she already had what most actors spend a lifetime trying to build: momentum.
Bibigyan mo ng magandang, ano bang word yun? Yung character mo, bibigyan mo ng justification ng mas maganda yung character mo. Kasi may nasasama na po doon na personal experience.
But what makes her rise even more fascinating is how she avoided the downfall so many child stars face. Instead of fading out, Vilma evolved. She reshaped her image, learned the business side of the industry, and made strategic choices that kept her in demand. And that's where things get even more interesting. Because her next chapter wouldn't just make her popular, it would make her unstoppable. And as Vilma stepped out of childhood roles and into her teenage years, something unusual happened. Her fame didn't slow down. It skyrocketed. Most child stars struggle to reinvent themselves, but Vilma did it almost effortlessly. And that shift became one of the most important turning points in her journey to long-term wealth. When she entered her teens, the Philippine film industry was booming, and studios were desperately searching for actors who could pull massive crowds into theaters. Vilma became exactly that. Movie after movie, she proved she wasn't just surviving the transition, she was dominating it. Her charm, versatility, and screen presence made her one of the most bankable young actresses of her era. This wasn't just fame, it was leverage. Something only a few stars ever gain. By the time she reached adulthood, Vilma wasn't just a popular actress anymore. She was a force in Philippine cinema, earning more per film, securing better contracts, and building the financial foundation that would support all of her future ventures. But her ascent was far from over, because the next stage of her career would give her something even more powerful than fame: undeniable credibility.
First Grand Slam, ano ang buhay ng isang mistress. Of course, bata-bata paano ka ginawa. Mga award-winning novel naman ni Luwalhati Bautista, dekada 70.
And once Vilma had secured her place as a box office powerhouse, she did something that truly separated her from the rest. She started choosing roles that didn't just sell tickets, but earned respect. This shift from commercial success to critical acclaim became one of the most defining moves in her entire career. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Vilma took on films that challenged her and, more importantly, showcased a level of depth that few actresses could match. Movies like Relation, Sister Stella L, and Broken Marriage weren't just hits. They became cornerstones of Philippine cinema. Audiences saw a performer who wasn't afraid to step into intense, controversial, or emotionally heavy roles. Critics took notice. Award-giving bodies took notice. Suddenly, Vilma wasn't just a star, she was an artist. This era is where she earned her titles: Grand Slam Queen, Star for All Seasons, and a multi-decade streak of Best Actress wins. These awards did far more than decorate her career. They increased her asking price, expanded her influence in the industry, and gave her a level of credibility that opened doors beyond just acting. And the timing couldn't have been better. As other actresses faded or got trapped in typecasting, Vilma's range allowed her to outlast trends and stay relevant across generations. Every trophy she won wasn't just a symbol, it was an investment in her long-term value. But awards were only part of her strategy.
Oh my God. Genius. Makulit, but very genius. Genius. Very intelligent.
The next chapter of her life reveals a bold move very few actors dare to make. One that placed her on the other side of the camera and expanded her earning potential even further. But while awards strengthened her reputation, Vilma wasn't content with just being in front of the camera. She understood something crucial early on. The people who build real wealth in entertainment aren't just the stars. They're the ones who own, produce, and control the projects. And this is exactly where her strategy became more deliberate. Vilma began taking on roles that weren't just about acting, but about influence. One major example is her involvement in producing Pagputi ng Uwak, Pagitim ng Tagak, a film that went on to win Best Picture and several major awards. This wasn't just a creative decision, it was a financial and strategic play. Being part of production meant a share of profits, creative authority, and a stronger foothold in an industry where most actors remain dependent on studios. And when her projects succeeded, they didn't just raise her profile, they increased her leverage. Production experience gave her the ability to negotiate better contracts, bigger paychecks, and more control over the types of roles she accepted. It also signaled to the industry that she wasn't just an actress, she was a decision maker. What makes this even more significant is the timing. Many stars at the height of their fame simply ride the wave and hope it lasts. Vilma, however, prepared for the future. She was building something stable, something that would outlast the unpredictable cycles of show business.
10 years old, meron akong ginawang teleserye ngayon yon, pero drama anthology noon, yung Larawan ng Pag-ibig.
But as powerful as her entertainment career became, her next move would surprise everyone, because she was about to step into an arena few actors ever dared to enter and succeed. And just when it seemed like Vilma had conquered every corner of the entertainment world, she made a move that shocked almost everyone. Instead of slowing down or settling into legacy roles, she stepped into an entirely different battlefield: politics. For most celebrities, this shift is risky. Fame doesn't always translate into public trust. But Vilma wasn't just any celebrity. Her decades of credibility, discipline, and connection with audiences made her transition surprisingly natural. In 1998, she ran for mayor of Lipa City and won. What followed wasn't a symbolic celebrity term. It was the start of a long, successful political career built on performance rather than popularity alone. As mayor, then as governor of Batangas, and later as representative of the 6th District, Vilma earned a reputation as a hands-on and effective public servant. Her clean image and consistent track record didn't just strengthen her political standing, they expanded her long-term financial stability. Political positions come with steady income, allowances, and benefits that are far more predictable than showbiz earnings. But what really elevated her was the influence she gained, connections, visibility, and the ability to shape real change. These years in public service didn't replace her entertainment success. They reinforced it, giving her a second career that was just as impactful. And what's most impressive is that she managed to maintain respect in both fields, something only a handful of Filipino celebrities have ever achieved.
Importanteng makuha ko ng maayos at magandang grade ang makuha ko sa report card.
Pero ang asawa niyang si Senador Ralph Recto, malaman ang naging biro.
But even with fame, awards, and political power, the question remains, how did she stay relevant for more than 60 years? And after establishing herself in both entertainment and politics, the real puzzle became this. How did Vilma Santos manage to stay relevant for more than 60 years? Most celebrities peak once, maybe twice, before slowly fading out of the spotlight. But Vilma did the opposite. She evolved, expanded, and continued drawing attention from generation after generation. A big part of this longevity comes from her ability to reinvent herself without losing the core of who she is. Every decade brought a new version of Vilma. As a child star, she was endearing. As a teen actress, she became a phenomenon. As an adult, she embraced powerful, socially relevant roles. And as a public servant, she transformed into a respected figure of authority. Each shift wasn't accidental, it was strategic. But her longevity isn't just about roles, it's about presence. Vilma remained visible through interviews, guest appearances, public events, and occasional film projects that reminded audiences why she was considered the star for all seasons. Even when she wasn't actively acting, her legacy ensured she never disappeared from public consciousness. This sustained visibility played a major role in keeping opportunities open. Whether it was endorsements, invitations, partnerships, or political support, people consistently wanted to be associated with her name. That kind of long-term relevance is rare and extremely valuable. And once you see how unpredictable her net worth appears from the outside, the real insight becomes even clearer. Vilma Santos didn't build her success by chasing numbers. She built it by following a blueprint that anyone aiming for long-term success can learn from.
Kasi tinanggap niyo po yung hiling ko, na bigyan mo naman ako ng ibang klaseng role, katulad ng ina na ginampanan ko sa uninvited.
The first lesson is reinvention. Vilma never allowed herself to get trapped in one image or rely on one phase of her career. When childhood stardom reached its limits, she shifted into more serious roles. When showbiz became unpredictable, she diversified. When politics offered a new platform, she stepped into it with confidence. Each move was intentional. Second, she understood the value of timing. Vilma didn't just accept every opportunity. She chose projects and decisions that aligned with where she wanted her career to go. Third, she played the long game. Instead of relying solely on acting salaries, which rise and fall, she built multiple foundations for her future. Production, public service, endorsements, legacy value, each one was a layer of stability. And finally, her story proves that true wealth comes not just from fame, but from strategy and longevity. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe so you never miss any of our uploads. Your support helps us uncover more stories just like this.